Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's been making waves across both the blockchain and traditional finance sectors, a development that ties together some of the most influential players in the crypto ecosystem: Stellar, Zebec, All Unity, and the rapidly evolving conversation around real-world asset tokenization and stablecoin infrastructure. The price action of Stellar, often represented by its native token XLM, has been mirroring the behavior of XRP lately, and not by coincidence. There's a growing connection between what these two legacy payment-oriented blockchain networks are doing, and it's reshaping how major institutions are approaching digital finance. The markets have been reacting to these partnerships, announcements, and integrations in a way that suggests something big is forming beneath the surface: a convergence of compliance, innovation, and cross-border financial efficiency that might define the next wave of blockchain adoption. This video is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before investing in cryptocurrencies or blockchain projects. So, here's what's fascinating. All the big banks and major financial institutions are now openly talking about issuing their own bank-backed stablecoins, something that was considered almost taboo just a few years ago. Post-Genius Act, which set out a clearer path for digital asset compliance and financial innovation in the United States, the entire narrative has shifted. These institutions, once hesitant to step into the world of blockchain, are now exploring how to tokenize fiat currencies and real-world assets, RWAs, in a regulated manner. Stellar, known for its long history of focusing on financial inclusion and payment infrastructure, is now working with several of these institutions directly. Zebec, on the other hand, a US-based company known primarily for its on-chain streaming payment solutions, has been expanding its influence rapidly. What's even more intriguing is how both of these entities, Stellar and Zebec, are aligned in their vision of bridging the traditional and digital financial worlds through tokenized assets and compliant stablecoins. The interview that sparked today's discussion revealed several game-changing insights. Both Zebec and Stellar are actively working with All Unity, a consortium backed by Deutsche Bank, which is developing a suite of micro-compliant stablecoins for global payment use. Zebec recently announced a partnership with All Unity, integrating the EU-AU-compliant stablecoin into its card suite. This stablecoin is pegged to the euro, and Zebec plans to use it for payroll and worker compensation across Europe, essentially paying employees directly in a euro-backed digital asset. Meanwhile, their main default stablecoin remains USDC, pegged to the US dollar. With this dual integration, a US-backed stablecoin and a euro-backed stablecoin, Zebec is now positioned to become a multi-currency settlement powerhouse in the crypto payroll and remittance sector. This strategic move gives the company a unique global advantage, allowing users to seamlessly move between major fiat currencies without relying on outdated banking rails. When you walk into major blockchain conferences this year, whether in Frankfurt or San Francisco, one common theme dominates every panel discussion and networking conversation: blockchain-powered payments and stablecoins. It's no longer a speculative topic or a futuristic vision. It's here, it's real, and it's being implemented. Everywhere you turn, both large-scale enterprises and smaller blockchain startups are talking about stablecoins, tokenized assets, and how distributed ledger technology, DLT, can create a more efficient and interoperable financial world. The difference this year is that discussions have matured. It's not about what could be anymore. It's about how it's being done. And that's where Stellar's long-term credibility and Zebec's innovative edge come together. Stellar, of course, has been a pioneer in crypto payments for a very long time. Its entire mission revolves around enabling frictionless, low-cost global transfers. Over the years, Stellar has cultivated a deep network of partnerships with payment providers, Fintech startups, and financial institutions. It has laid the groundwork for tokenizing real-world assets and making stablecoin-based remittances mainstream. Zebec, by aligning with this infrastructure, brings in a powerful complementary layer: real-time streaming payments, payroll automation, and multi-chain integrations. Together, these two ecosystems represent not just a technological alignment, but a strategic one, both committed to bringing stablecoin utility to everyday users and businesses worldwide. During the interview, the Zebec team highlighted how much the regulatory and political landscape in the United States has evolved. Just a year or two ago, under the previous administration, the Biden-era approach was largely perceived as anti-crypto. Strict enforcement actions, regulatory ambiguity, and an overall chilling effect on innovation. But the new pro-crypto administration has turned that around dramatically. The focus has shifted toward creating a balanced framework that encourages innovation while maintaining compliance. This shift has been one of the biggest catalysts behind the renewed confidence in U.S.-based blockchain companies like Zebec and Stellar. The U.S. is now seen as a potential global leader in regulated blockchain finance, and the emergence of All Unity's partnerships reinforces that trajectory. Everyone, from banking executives to blockchain developers, seems to be converging on one idea: stablecoins are the future of payments. And not just in theory. In both San Francisco and Frankfurt, you can feel the same energy, that the financial industry is on the cusp of transformation, driven by blockchain-backed currencies that can settle instantly across borders and with full transparency. This shared enthusiasm between traditional finance and decentralized innovation marks a turning point that we've been waiting for. Zebec's expansion into Europe through its partnership with All Unity marks a massive milestone. It's not just about geography, it's about regulatory reach and credibility. Europe has been ahead of the curve when it comes to establishing frameworks for digital assets, and by partnering with an entity backed by Deutsche Bank, Zebec gains instant legitimacy in the region. The integration of All Unity's Euro stablecoin into Zebec's ecosystem enables businesses to pay employees, vendors, and contractors in compliant digital euros, all while remaining interoperable with US dollar and other stablecoins. This is precisely the kind of innovation that regulators are beginning to favor: compliant, transparent, and secure financial systems that don't bypass the law, but rather enhance its efficiency. The conversation also highlighted the neutral stance that Zebec and All Unity are taking, a point that's incredibly important in today's competitive financial landscape. Traditional banks are now exploring the idea of issuing their own bank-backed stablecoins. But here's the issue. They're all competitors. Each bank wants a slice of the market, but that creates fragmentation. Imagine a world where every bank issues its own proprietary stablecoin. It would be chaotic. There would need to be massive over-the-counter, OTC exchanges just to swap between different bank coins for basic cross-border payments. Businesses don't want that complexity. They just want fast, reliable payments. That's why neutrality is such a powerful advantage. Zebec and All Unity aren't trying to dominate or own the system. They're building infrastructure that works for everyone, regardless of which institution issues the coin. This philosophy mirrors Zebec's approach to payroll innovation. They didn't reinvent payroll from scratch. They upgraded it. By providing an infrastructure layer where companies and banks can plug into a blockchain-based system, Zebec allows traditional entities to transition smoothly into digital finance without tearing down what already works. It's an evolution, not a revolution. This is one of the reasons why Zebec has been able to secure partnerships across multiple sectors: Fintech, logistics, gaming, and now institutional banking. Their technology doesn't disrupt industries aggressively. It modernizes them intelligently. Absolutely, yes. Conceptually and practically, we've reached a tipping point. Major corporations, even SWIFT, the global interbank messaging network, are exploring stablecoin efficiency models. The shift is no longer theoretical. These are multi-billion-dollar institutions recognizing that blockchain-based settlement isn't just faster, it's inevitable. The question isn't if anymore, it's when and to what magnitude it will happen. That kind of sentiment from the top tiers of global finance signals that a massive systemic change is underway. The unique position of Zebec and Stellar in this evolving environment cannot be overstated. Because they operate as neutral, compliance-friendly infrastructure providers, they can integrate with virtually any financial institution, fintech company, or enterprise that wants to leverage blockchain payments. This makes them exceptionally well positioned to become foundational layers of the new digital financial order. Their neutrality means they aren't competing with banks. They're enabling them. Every corporate entity involved in cross-border transactions can use their tools without worrying about conflicting ecosystems or incompatible tokens. To put it simply, what we're witnessing is the industrialization of blockchain finance. Every major financial institution wants a piece of the action. They want to participate in the growth of this trillion-dollar digital settlement industry. But the challenge is interoperability. Without neutral bridges like All Unity, Stellar, or Zebec, the market would fracture. By remaining open and adaptable, these entities ensure that the future of payments is cohesive, not chaotic. This approach also aligns with the macroeconomic trend of tokenizing real-world assets, RWAs, from real estate and commodities to treasuries and corporate bonds. As these assets migrate to blockchain-based systems, the need for compliant, stable mediums of exchange like euro and dollar-backed coins will only grow. We are standing at the beginning of a monumental shift in how money moves across the world. Zebec's partnership with All Unity and Stellar's ongoing collaborations with global institutions point to a future where stablecoins power the backbone of global commerce. Payments will become instantaneous, transparent, and borderless. Corporations will be able to pay employees in digital euros, settle invoices in USDC, and manage payroll across continents with a few clicks. And all of this will happen on infrastructure built by companies like Zebec and Stellar, compliant, secure, and scalable. What separates Zebec and Stellar from the rest of the field is not just technology, it's vision and neutrality. While banks scramble to create their own coins and capture market share, these two networks are building the foundation that allows everyone to participate. They're the bridges, not the barriers. And in the financial world, the bridge builders always win in the long run. As we continue to watch these developments unfold, it's becoming increasingly clear that the age of tokenized finance isn't coming. It's already here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive analyses on emerging crypto projects, partnerships, and market insights that could shape the next era of decentralized finance.